Hey everyone, Jody from Bird Dog Off-Road Adventures, and today we're going to look at the Xomzema front seat Molle panel with seat spacers. Stay tuned. Alright, so here's what comes with the package. You have the Molle panel itself, these two pieces right here, and then your hardware. You have 1, 2, 3 sets of bolts. Two of them are these flathead looking things, the other one's just a regular old hex head. And you have two tiny little bolts here that are clean with a washer. All right, so the first thing we want to do is pop these little seat pops off. So right here's one, sorry about the dirt, and here's the other. So we'll pop those things off so we can get to the bolts to the seat in the front. There we go. There's one of them. And we'll do one to the other side over there. Then we're ready to start. All right, so next step here we have is a 13mm socket. We'll set it over here on this bolt. We'll start loosening that thing up. We'll do both sides here. All right, so you got this good and loosed. Take this on out. Set it down here for now. You'll have that empty bolt hole right there. We'll do the same thing over here on this side. All right, for the back, we got to scoot the seat all the way forward. We got these two bolts back here. Now we have to loosen these up simply because we have to tilt the front of the chair seat up. So that way we can slide these other things on. All right. Now be mindful, you are not taking these all the way out. You're just loosening them up because, like I said, you're just tilting the whole seat back so you can fit the spacers on. So please do not make the mistake of taking these all the way out. I mean, it's probably not a huge deal if you do because you just put them back in when you're done, but it may cause the seat to fall backwards. All right, so you'll want to take a bolt and prep this piece here so that you'll put some blue Loctite on it. Now it comes with 3 sets of bolts. I'm assuming that depends on what size spacer you're using. So I'm assuming that's what that's for. All right, with these spacers, they got 2 levels. They got the thick one here and they got a little one. Now you can add these together to make it even more if you want to. We hadn't decided what we want to do, but I think we're going to try to do these together. The trick is, I found, is that there's a little spike down here on the bottom. You can see it, it's right here. So what I found is that you stick that spike in this hole and then line this hole up to where the bolt goes. So we'll do that right now. All right. All right, instructions tell you to use a little bit of blue Loctite, so we did. We're going to fish it. It's kind of hard to get in here to see what I'm doing here. We're going to fish it through this hole. And then we're going to use our trusty old 5 or 6mm socket to tighten it up. Okay, so we're going to tighten it up. Not too tight because we want to be able to move these if we need to. Because once we get the Molle plate on, then we'll tighten it up. So you put these little bolts right here. They come with a little washer. You can put on these slots right here on each end. Over here as well, to where they'll line up. Where this thing is centered up here. And I have to look at this. We may have to go back and redo this because I want to put the fire extinguisher on there. But I want to be sure to see if you can pull the seat forward or back without hitting it. So there's a chance we may have to come back and use the top set. And with the seat jacker or seat spacers on, use that top set maybe to lower it down to where you can slide the seat back and forth. So we'll see. Hang tight. All right, so we went ahead and took the liberty of mounting our fire extinguisher bracket up to our Molle panel. And then we just put the Molle panel on. Then we should be good to go. All right, so I've already lined these up and put the bolts in. I'm using the top slots. That gives me more space for the fire extinguisher in case I want to move my seat up. Should be fine. So if you're like me and you're going to put a big bulky item on here, you'll want to make sure that you use the full height spacer. Because otherwise, when you go to push your seat forward and back, you may end up bumping it when you're going forward. So this will prevent that. Especially if you have other people that drive your truck every now and again, like a service department valet or something, they may not know that fire extinguisher is there, or may not think nothing about it, and just go ahead and yank it forward and crush their fingers. So, all right. So now that we've got these bolts our way in, over here and over here, we are going to put our trusty socket back on here, our 6mm socket, and then we are going to tighten these up. So you don't want to tighten these up all the way until you get everything in there secure. Good and snug, but not completely tight. It does clear. You can move the seat back and forth, no problem, with the way it's mounted. You will feel definitely a difference in how you sit in this thing. It gives you more of that race car type feel because of the seat jacker, or seat spacer, I should say. So, a couple of quick notes here. You'll notice that the handle of the fire extinguisher is facing towards the front of the vehicle. We did go back later and modify that to where it's facing down out of the way. That way your feet and heels don't grab that real quick where it's sticking out there. Another thing, quick note to note, you'll notice that in the previous film footage that the plate I put on backwards. The slanted end should be facing the center console. Not a huge deal. You just unbolt it and then turn it around and bolt it right back on. So it shouldn't take more than 5-10 minutes. But just wanted to share it with you guys. Anyway, I think it's a pretty nifty thing. And like I said, if you use the seat spacers right, you can get this to where the front seat can go up, back and forward. And that way, if you have different drivers. So if you like what you see here, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. We'll put a link down below so you can get one of these for yourself. And stay tuned. We got lots more to come.